When you first log into SERPsketch, you'll see a screen like this. You'll default to being in the Campaign Sketch section. There's a section for Quick Sketch too, and we cover setting up a Quick Sketch in another video. Campaign sketches are where you'll likely spend most of your time. Campaign sketches allow you to track page 1 SERPs for a whole topic cluster or keyword set. In our example today, we're going to set up a campaign sketch for luxury watches. We're going to pretend that we're watches of Switzerland, and we want to track our share of page 1 for our important keywords and compare that to the share of our partners and competitors. So let's create new campaign. Our first step is to give our campaign a name. We recommend devising a naming convention that you and your team uses for sketches. For example, brand or product line, search device type, region, frequency. For this example, I'm going to name the campaign Luxury Watches, Desktop, London, UK. Next, I set the campaign duration. This cannot be changed after the sketch is active, so make sure you set the duration correctly for your needs. You can run it indefinitely if you never want to turn it off. I'm going to run my campaign for 3 months. Next, we'll add keywords. There are 3 different ways you can add your keywords. Adding each one individually, adding lines of them or pasting them in. We've got a list of 100 luxury watch keywords that we're going to upload from a CSV that I created earlier. You can download the CSV template here. So let's click the Upload CSV button and let SERPsketch process that. Now we can see our keywords are added with their relevant tags. The next step is to add domains. We cover a more detailed explanation of adding domains in a separate video, but to briefly touch on it here, these are the domains that you want to know if they appear on page 1 SERPs for your keyword set. So your own domains, your partners and your competitors are how you would categorize them. Similarly to keywords, we can import the domains from CSV, and I'll do that here. We're running this sketch for desktop searches, but you can select tablet or mobile too. If you choose mobile, you'll need to choose between iPhone and Android. After setting up one sketch, you can easily duplicate it to run it on a different device type. Next, we choose our location. We're running this in the UK, and we're going to choose London too. Click on step 5 and we can decide how frequently we want to run our sketch. You can run a sketch manually, meaning that you can run it whenever you wish. Or you can choose to run it daily, weekly or monthly. But in fact it's a bit more nuanced than that, because you can choose to run a campaign daily, but you could actually choose more than one time of day. Likewise for weekly and monthly campaigns, you could run them several times within a week or month. As you choose your frequency, you can see a calculation to the right here of how many credits your campaign will incur within the month. I should point out here that for your subscription you can always see your current credit balance for the month, but also you'll see your scheduled credits. These are credits expected to be spent from the campaigns that you've already scheduled, so if you're working in a team all using the same subscription, you'll be able to see whether you have enough credits left to run your campaign. For the purposes of this example, I'm setting this campaign to run manually. You can set the frequency of insights. Insights are specific interest points that SERPsketch finds in the data, and we'll share those with you on the schedule that you set. Currently, we have a competitive insight, which will inform you of changes to competitors' share of page 1. More insights will be added in the coming months. You can choose the frequency of receiving those insights and set what the insight will compare to: the previous week, month, the beginning of a campaign, or the previous sketch. Finally, we can review the details of our campaign and check everything is correct. We can easily edit a section if we need to change anything. Now the last thing we can do is set our notification preferences. These are the people who will be notified by email whenever a sketch is run. You can choose to be the only person, or have us notify all users or just selected users. And if you don't want any email notifications, choose no users. Now we can see our scheduled sketch in the list of campaign sketches. It's important to note that in SERPsketch, data is retained for 3 months after the last sketch run in a campaign. If you're going to need to retain your data for longer than 3 months, you can choose to keep the data indefinitely. That concludes our video about setting up a campaign sketch. You might now like to watch our video about understanding the results of a campaign sketch.